Archangel Michael urgently warns you today. This moment is not ordinary. The fact that you are here, listening right now, is proof that heaven has chosen you. God has sent this secret message through Archangel Michael, and it is meant for your heart alone. There is a reason you could not ignore the pull to open this message. You may think it is just curiosity, but in truth, it is divine timing. For something is about to shift in your life, something that will alter the direction of your future. And Archangel Michael says, finally, you allowed the heavenly words to reach you. Do you feel that sudden rush inside your chest? That is your soul recognizing the truth before your mind even fully understands. Heaven often sends signs in whispers, a flickering light, a repeated number, a dream that lingers in your mind longer than usual. But this time, the message had to come louder, stronger, urgent. Because what is approaching cannot be delayed. Archangel Michael speaks with a commanding presence, yet his tone carries divine love. He tells you, you have been protected, until now. But the path ahead requires your awareness, your courage, and your faith. Right now, as you hear these words, you may notice a strange energy moving through your body. Maybe chills. Maybe a warmth across your skin. This is the confirmation that the angel is near, standing at your side, ensuring that you are awake enough to receive what comes next. Do not doubt it. Do not push it away. This message is alive, breathing, carrying the very essence of heaven into your space. Archangel Michael warns that a wave of events is about to unfold. Michael reminds you, when the storm rises, those who stand in faith will be lifted higher than ever before. But those who remain blind will sink into despair. This is why you are here. You were not meant to sink. You were meant to rise. And to rise, you must listen, now more than ever. Pause for a moment. Take a breath. Feel that your angels are near. Do you sense the shift in the atmosphere? That is not your imagination. That is the spiritual veil thinning, so that God's truth can pierce through the noise of this world. Archangel Michael is showing a vision. He holds a great golden sword, not of violence, but of divine light. This sword cuts through lies, illusions, fears, and the traps the enemy sets for your soul. He raises it high, and the darkness trembles. And in this vision, he whispers to you, the enemy wanted to hide this from you, but God said no. God said it must reach you now. Do you realize what this means? You are not just randomly listening, you are chosen to carry this revelation. And the timing is not tomorrow, not someday, but this very moment. Because in minutes, something is shifting around you. You may notice it in the physical world, a sudden call, a message, a strange feeling of urgency. Or it may happen quietly in the spirit, unseen yet deeply felt. But either way, your awareness is the key that will determine how you move through it. Archangel Michael tells you, you are more powerful than you believe. The heavens see the truth of your spirit, even when you doubt yourself. And this is why the warning comes to you, not to create fear, but to awaken your strength. Think back to your recent days. Have you felt drained? Have you been carrying worries that never seem to end? Perhaps you noticed people around you acting strangely, pulling away, or even opposing you without reason. These were not coincidences. They were signs. Signs that the spiritual battle around your life has been intensifying. But here is the secret Archangel Michael reveals. The closer you are to your breakthrough, the more the darkness tries to distract, confuse, and weaken you. That is why lately, you may have felt heavier than usual. But do not mistake heaviness for defeat. It is the proof that you are on the edge of transformation. Archangel Michael declares, I stand firm. Do not run from this message. Do not let your doubts steal it away, because your entire future, your destiny, the blessings God prepared for you, all of it depends on what you do with this moment.
Oh.
Even as you hear these words, something inside you is awakening. It may feel like a sudden courage, or like your spirit remembering something it had long forgotten. That is the angel touching your soul, removing the blindfolds, clearing the fog. Because in truth, you were never powerless. You were always being prepared for this exact hour. The world may try to distract you, telling you it's nothing. Your mind may whisper, it's just coincidence, but your heart knows better. It knows when the divine voice is speaking, and right now it is undeniable. This is God's message, through Archangel Michael, delivered directly into your life. So listen carefully. Something is about to happen in your life that will test your faith, but also reveal God's protection in a way you have never experienced before. The angel says, "You are not alone. Even in the darkest night, my sword of light will surround, and when the moment strikes, you will know that the Lord Himself has gone before you." This is not a message to fear. It is a message to prepare, to strengthen your faith, to remind you that you are not walking this path by accident. Every tear you cried, every loss you endured, every unanswered prayer, it was all leading to this divine alignment, and now, finally, it has arrived. Archangel Michael stands closer now. The atmosphere around you thickens, almost like the air itself is charged with unseen energy. You may feel a quiet pressure on your shoulders, a warmth on the back of your neck, or a subtle ringing in your ears. These are not random sensations. They are confirmations. The angel of the Lord is speaking. He says, "A child of God, hear me." The moment we spoke of is already in motion. The shift has begun. The shadow you sensed approaching was not your imagination, but you have been marked for protection. Pause for a moment and breathe. Feel your heartbeat. Feel the weight of these words. It is not meant to scare you. It is meant to wake up your deepest knowing. Archangel Michael explains that every soul has seasons. Some seasons are gentle, like spring rains. Others are fierce, like sudden storms. When a storm approaches, the wise do not panic, they prepare. This is that moment for you. Heaven is alerting you so you can be steady while others are shaken. He continues, there is an energy of disruption moving quickly. It may show up as news, as sudden changes, as conflicts or as losses. But behind the surface, it is simply the breaking of old chains so new blessings can flow. Those who cling to the old will feel it as pain. Those who trust God will see it as deliverance. This is why your angel has been trying to get your attention. Dreams, numbers, sudden thoughts, even small coincidences, none of it was random. It was preparation. You were being guided to this very moment so you would be awake enough to act when the time came. Michael's voice grows stronger. Do not run, do not hide. You were born to stand in this hour. You were not chosen by accident. Heaven never calls the unprepared. Heaven prepares the called. It is showing you a vision now. You are standing on a narrow bridge, suspended over a dark valley. On one side is everything you have known, the past, the habits, the patterns, the fears. On the other side is a field of golden light, your destiny, your freedom, the blessings God has set aside for you. But the bridge begins to shake. The winds blow. People on the bridge panic, some turn back, some fall. But Archangel Michael steps beside you, holding out his hand. His eyes are like fire and water at once, as strong yet merciful. And he says, do not look down. Look at me. Walk with me. This is the message. No matter how intense the shift feels, you are not walking alone. The angel's hand is steady, God's plan is sure, and even the winds obey his command. Right now you may think, but what am I supposed to do? The answer comes softly. Stay aware. Stay in prayer. Stay aligned with your highest truth. Do not feed the fear. Do not repeat the panic. Do not give your energy to the noise of this world. Michael says, there will be voices telling you to despair. There will be temptations to doubt. But you are to remember this moment. Remember that heaven warned you. Remember that you are covered. When others tremble, you will stand. Let this sink in. You are being given an advantage others do not have. You are being told ahead of time that what looks like disaster may actually be divine redirection. You are being promised that, even if something is removed from your life, it is making space for what is greater. Pause. Close your eyes if you can. Imagine a great circle of light forming around you. It expands outward, shimmering like gold dust and white flame. This is the angelic shield. It is not imaginary. It is as real as the unseen gravity holding you to the earth. When you step into faith, you step into that shield. Archangel Michael continues. You must speak light over your life. Speak it out loud. Declare that no weapon formed against you will prosper. Declare that you are under divine protection. Do not wait for the world to give you permission. Heaven already has. Even as you listen, things may be moving in your life. Your phone may ring. An email may arrive. A sudden decision may need to be made. Do not panic. Respond with clarity. Ask your angel for guidance in that moment. He will answer, not always with words, but with a sudden knowing, a peace that surpasses your understanding, a sign you cannot miss. Michael shows you another vision, a vast battlefield of energy. On one side, swirling darkness. On the other, countless points of light. The points of light are people waking up, claiming their divine authority, stepping into alignment. He points to you among them and says, you are not just receiving a warning. You are receiving a calling. To stand, to shine, to protect, to pray for others. Understand this. This is not only about what is coming to you. It is also about what you are being called to become. Your presence, your prayers, your courage, can shift atmospheres. You may not see it now, but one day you will realize that even your small acts of faith rippled across the world, in ways you never imagined. And so the angel gives you this instruction. In the coming days, create a space of stillness each morning. Even if only for a few minutes. Sit quietly, breathe, invite the presence of God. Visualize the sword of light cutting through every fear and false belief. Declare aloud that you are aligned with heaven's will. This simple act will anchor you when others are tossed about. Michael says, you do not need to stockpile fear. You need to stockpile faith. You do not need to run to the noise. You need to run to the quiet where God speaks. And when the moment comes, you will not fall. You will rise. Your heart may be racing now. You may feel tears, or relief, or a surge of courage. Let it happen. That is the energy of the angel flowing into you, sealing the message, imprinting it on your soul. You will remember these words when you need them most. Pause, breathe. Feel the calm returning. This is not an ending. It is a beginning. The warning has been given, but so has the promise. The same God who warns is the God who rescues, who provides, who delivers. And Archangel Michael concludes this part by saying, stay awake, stay ready, stay in faith. The winds will blow, but you will stand. Because the hand of the Lord holds you, and my sword of light surrounds you. Nothing can take you out of his plan. Archangel Michael does not speak in riddles. When heaven sends a warning, it always sends confirmations, so you will know it is real. And right now, he begins to show you the signs that will appear in your life. Signs that you cannot dismiss as coincidence. You cannot dismiss as coincidence. He says, pay attention in the next hours, the next days. For the kingdom speaks through the language of signs. You will not need to search for them. They will appear before you at the exact moment you are meant to know, perhaps on a clock, a receipt, or even while scrolling through your phone. These numbers are not accidents. When you see them, your spirit stirs because it remembers the language of heaven. For example, when you see 111 or 1111, or 1111, it is the angel reminding you. You are in divine alignment. Stay away. Your path is opening. When you see 333, it is the presence of the Trinity wrapping around you, Father, Son, and Holy Spirit reminding you that you are never alone. When you see 444, it is Archangel Michael himself standing guard with the angelic host, surrounding you with protection. You may wonder, why me? Why would heaven send me such signs? Michael answers, because your spirit has been crying out for truth. Because your prayers, even the silent ones, have reached the throne of God, and heaven always responds to a sincere heart. Another sign, dreams. Have your dreams felt more vivid lately? Perhaps you wake up with images you cannot explain, or you see people from your past, or even strangers who seem strangely familiar. These are not meaningless. They are windows into the spiritual realm. Michael says, when your body sleeps, your soul is still awake. And in that state, heaven can speak more freely. So if your dreams have been stirring you, write them down. Do not dismiss them. They are messages coded with symbols your spirit understands. The angel also points to sudden shifts in your emotions. Have you noticed a heaviness, as though something unseen is weighing on your shoulders? Or, sudden bursts of hope, like waves of peace that come without reason? These are not random moods. They are spiritual currents passing through you, preparing your heart to recognize the change ahead. When you feel sudden heaviness, pause and pray. When you feel sudden peace, pause and give thanks. Both are signs that the veil is thin, and you are being guided. Archangel Michael shows another vision. He holds a scroll sealed with golden fire. He unrolls it slowly, and the words shine like living light. On it is written, the chosen will know by signs. The blind will ignore them. Do not be blind. Do not be blind. Do not call divine whispers coincidences. Heaven is asking you to pay attention. Because the signs are already unfolding. That song that seems to play at the perfect moment. That stranger who speaks a word you needed to hear. That sudden delay that kept you from being at the wrong place at the wrong time. These are not accidents. These are angelic interventions. Michael says, every time you ignored the small nudges, heaven still protected you. But now the hour is urgent. Now you must listen, pause and reflect. Think of the last few days. Has anything unusual happened? Perhaps you felt a push to pray suddenly, or a name kept repeating in your thoughts, or you noticed an object falling, a light flickering, or even a feather appearing where you least expected. These are classic angelic markers. They are heaven's way of saying, you are not alone. The angel leans closer and continues. Some of you will feel the signs in your body. A sudden chill when no wind blows. A warmth across your chest. A tingling in your hands. These are confirmations that my presence surrounds you. And then, he adds a deeper revelation. When the shift comes, You will also notice how certain people begin to act around you. Some may suddenly grow distant, avoiding you without explanation. Others may show up unexpectedly, drawn to your energy. This is not about you personally. It is about the light of God inside you. The light attracts those who are ready for healing, and it exposes those who resist truth. Do not be alarmed when relationships change. It is a sign that the divine message is working. Michael says, do not cling to those who cannot walk with you. Their distance is not rejection. It is redirection. And those who appear are not chance encounters. Right now, you may feel chills as you hear this. That is your soul confirming what you already sensed. The angel is not giving you new knowledge. He is awakening the memory of what your spirit has always known. Another sign, timing. Things may begin to align in unusual ways. Opportunities will appear suddenly. Doors may open when you least expect them. And yes, some doors will close. But every shift will be purposeful. The closed doors are not punishment. They are protection. The open doors are not luck. They are answers to prayers you forgot you prayed. Michael reminds you, nothing in your life is random. Even the delays, even the detours, they are all part of heaven's map. As you hear this, let peace fill your chest. Because the signs are not just warnings, they are also promises. They remind you that God has not abandoned you. They remind you that even in confusion, there is a higher order unfolding. The angel declares, you will know the sign when it happens. You will feel it in your bones. You will not need to ask anyone else. For your spirit will leap with recognition, and you will say, yes. This is what I was told. And then he adds a final instruction for this section. Write down what you notice. Keep a journal. Each small sign, each dream, each strange alignment, write it down. Because when you look back, you will see the pattern clearly, and that pattern will strengthen your faith when the storm tries to shake you. Michael whispers, heaven does not leave you blind. It leaves a trail of signs so you can walk with confidence. Trust them. Follow them. They are the fingerprints of God on your path. Pause. Breathe deeply. Let this truth sink into your spirit. You are not lost. You are being guided, step by step, sign by sign, into your divine destiny. Archangel Michael stands taller now, his wings unfurling like rivers of light. The glow around him is so bright that even your inner vision squints. He has led you gently up to this point, but now his voice takes on a deeper gravity. He says, what I reveal now is not to plant fear, but to awaken your strength. The shadow approaching is not a monster with a face. It is a season of testing. It is a wave of change moving across the earth, and across individual lives, shaking what is false, so that only the true may remain. He pauses, allowing the weight of his words to settle. Your heart beats faster. You can almost feel the air shift in your room, a stillness, as though everything waits for the next sentence. Michael continues, for you this will not look like thunder or fire raining down. It will look like circumstances shifting rapidly. Things you thought were solid may wobble. People you trusted may reveal hidden sides. Paths you expected to be clear may suddenly close. This is not punishment. This is pruning. This is the hand of God clearing away what cannot go with you into your next chapter. You exhale slowly, realizing that what he calls a danger is not doom but disruption. Disruption with a purpose. He lifts his sword of light. As he speaks, blue-white fire drips from the blade like liquid lightning. He plants the sword before you and says, while the world trembles, you will stand within this circle of protection. Nothing sent to destroy you will cross this line, a circle of light. A line nothing can cross. Not sickness, not betrayal, not confusion, not despair. This is not a fantasy. This is a spiritual law. When you stand in alignment with heaven, you stand under a shield. Michael continues. The enemy's tactic is to frighten you so you step out of the circle. Fear weakens the shield because fear agrees with the darkness. Faith strengthens the shield because faith agrees with the light. This is why I come now, to fill you with courage so you remain in the light when the shaking begins. Then, he shows you a vision. 2 houses built side by side, both look strong. But one is built on sand, the other on rock. A storm comes. The sand shifts, the house collapses, and Michael says, your faith is the rock. The storm cannot move it. Another vision. You are walking through a forest at night. The path splits. One path is wide, full of flickering lights and noise. The other is narrow, quiet, lined with small glowing stones. You hesitate. Michael steps beside you and points to the narrow path. This one leads to safety. Do not be seduced by the noise of the wide path. The signs I give you will light the narrow way. This is his instruction. When confusion rises in the coming days, do not react from panic. Ask for guidance. Wait for the small glowing stone, the sign, the inner peace, the sudden clarity, and then move. That is how you will walk through the disruption unharmed. Michael says, of you will feel a sudden push to leave a situation, a job, a habit, a relationship. Do not ignore it. That is me clearing your path before harm can touch you. Others will feel a push to stay, to stand when everything says run. Do not doubt it. That is me anchoring you where protection waits. Understand this. Something very bad, the enemy planned, was never allowed full power. God intercepted it before it reached you. What you will experience instead is the aftershock of a plan that failed. A shaking, a rearranging, but not destruction. And through that shaking you will discover hidden blessings, hidden strength, hidden allies you didn't know you had. He leans close and speaks almost like a whisper. A child, your tears have been counted. Your prayers have been heard. That is why I am here. The disruption is the doorway to your deliverance. As you listen, you notice your breathing slowing. The fear that rose when you heard a danger begins to dissolve. In its place, a quiet courage blooms. This is exactly what the angel wants. He is shifting you from dread to readiness, from trembling to trust. Michael explains further. Old habits, temptations, toxic patterns resurface to pull you back. This is not coincidence, it's resistance. He says, when these show up, do not shame yourself. Recognize them as the enemy's last attempt to hold you. Release them into my hands. Each time you choose light over darkness, the shield around you strengthens. Pause again, breathe. See yourself standing in the circle of light. See Michael's sword planted before you like a pillar of fire. Feel the weight of heaven behind you. Say quietly, even under your breath, I am protected. I am guided. I am not alone. That simple declaration anchors you deeper into the shield. Michael continues, as the days unfold, you will also notice small miracles breaking through the cracks, a bill paid unexpectedly, a kind word at the perfect moment, strength when you thought you had none left. These are signs of my protection in action. Celebrate them. They are proof that the shield holds. He lifts his gaze to the horizon and adds, and know this. The season of shaking is short. It is not forever. It is a tunnel, not a tomb. On the other side is the very blessing you have been praying for. Another vision. You are on a ship in a storm. Waves crash, winds howl. You clutch the rail, afraid. But then you look down and see the ship is glowing from within, a light pulsing in its hull. The light is your faith. It keeps the ship from capsizing, and you realize the storm is only on the surface. Below you is calm, unshaken water. Michael says, "This is you. The storm cannot sink you because your foundation is deeper than the waves." He gives one more instruction. In the coming days, speak blessings over your space. Walk through your home, your room, your workplace and declare peace. Play uplifting words or music. Light a candle if you wish. Invite the presence of God consciously. These small acts create an atmosphere where darkness cannot stay. Michael ends this section with a powerful decree. The danger is not your destiny. The shaking is not your end. Stand in the circle. Stand with me. Stand with heaven. And watch as what was meant to break you becomes the wind beneath your wings. Let the silence after his words fill you. Feel your shoulders relax. Feel your spirit rise. You are not helpless. You are prepared. You are protected. You are protected. You are walking through the shadow into the light. There comes a moment in every soul's journey when heaven stops whispering and begins speaking in thunder. Right now, you are standing in such a moment. Archangel Michael wants you to understand, what is unfolding in your life is not random. Every delay, every rejection, every tear you've shed is part of a divine pattern. But here is the truth. This pattern can only unlock if you finally open your heart to the message heaven has been sending. Think back to those nights when you prayed silently, wondering if God was listening. Your prayers were not ignored. Your tears were not wasted. They became the language of your soul, and they reached higher realms. The silence you felt was not abandonment. It was preparation. Heaven was preparing a breakthrough so powerful that even you would struggle to believe it. But before the light comes, the darkness always pushes harder. That's why the enemy has circled you. Through fear, through doubt, through unexpected resistance. You've felt it, haven't you? That heavy weight, that invisible wall whenever you tried to move forward. This isn't just life being unfair. It is a spiritual battle. Right now, angels are fighting on your behalf. Archangel Michael himself has drawn his sword to guard the path you are walking, and he says clearly, this is not punishment. This battle is proof of your calling. Darkness only attacks what it fears. If you were ordinary, you would not be under such pressure. But you are chosen. Listen carefully. The next 7 days will be crucial. Signs will appear around you. A dream that feels alive. A word spoken at the right time. An urge to take one step forward. Don't dismiss these as coincidences. They are instructions. Each one will guide you closer to the miracle waiting for you. If you ignore them, you may delay your blessing. But if you act, your breakthrough will accelerate. Doors that were locked will swing open. Relationships will heal. Opportunities will arrive where none existed. This is why Archangel Michael keeps repeating, be awake, be alert, be ready. And let me remind you, if these words are stirring something deep inside you right now, it means your spirit already recognizes the truth. You were meant to hear this, not later, not tomorrow, but right here, right now. That is why I encourage you, stay connected to this channel. Don't drift away. Every message here is a piece of the puzzle. And when you choose to follow, your spirit aligns with the very guidance heaven wants to give. Breakthroughs don't come when life feels easy, and you, right now, are standing on that edge. Archangel Michael says time in the spiritual realm is moving faster. What should take months, may unfold in days. What should take years may appear in weeks. That's why he warns. Don't delay. Don't delay. Don't postpone. Don't ignore this moment. Imagine a train that stops at the station only once. If you miss it, you wait much longer. Archangel Michael leans closer now, and his voice is not gentle anymore. It carries urgency, it carries fire, because heaven knows, the time for waiting is over, and the choice is yours, right here, in this very moment. Heaven is offering you two paths. One path looks safe. It feels familiar. It requires no risk, no change, no courage. But Archangel Michael says, this path will keep you trapped. Trapped in the cycle you've been begging to escape. The other path looks uncertain. It requires trust. It requires faith. It demands that you step forward, before you see the full staircase. But this is the path of miracles. This is the path where God's power moves. And the angels are standing, waiting for you to decide. Think carefully. Haven't you noticed how certain opportunities suddenly appear, but then slip away the moment you hesitate? That isn't coincidence. That is heaven testing your readiness. When you delay, doors close. But when you move with faith, doors swing open. Archangel Michael warns you, in the coming days, such a door will appear. It may look small like an ordinary chance, but behind it lies a blessing bigger than anything you've imagined. This is why he keeps pressing this truth into your heart. Do not ignore the nudge. Do not ignore the nudge. Do not silence the whisper, because what looks small in the natural is massive in the spiritual. Now pause for a moment. Look back at your life. Remember the times when you almost gave up, but somehow found strength to keep moving. That wasn't you alone. That was Archangel Michael and his army lifting you up, keeping you from falling. The same protection that carried you through the past is now preparing to launch you into the future. But the enemy sees it too. That's why distractions have increased. That's why distractions have increased. That's why fear has been louder. That's why even people around you may have turned against you. Darkness always fights hardest when light is about to break through. And here's the stunning part. Archangel Michael says, the countdown has already begun. Heaven has already set a time for your release. The angels have already marked the day of your breakthrough. It is closer than you think. But heaven will not force you. You must say yes. You must align your heart. You must be willing to step into the unknown, knowing that God Himself has gone before you. Imagine a locked treasure chest. Inside there are blessings so vast, it would take lifetimes to comprehend. The key to this chest has been placed in your hand. But the choice to use it is yours. If you keep the key hidden, the chest remains closed. But if you dare to turn it, the treasures of heaven will be poured out. This is why Archangel Michael is speaking so strongly right now. Because you can no longer afford delay. The truth is simple. Your destiny is waiting. Your miracle is waiting. But time is running. And Archangel Michael has been commanded by God to make sure you hear this warning clearly. If you hesitate in this hour, you risk missing what heaven has prepared for you. But if you respond, heaven will respond to you. Faster than you can imagine. The next days may look ordinary to others, but for you, they will carry divine weight. Pay attention, watch for the signs, trust the whispers in your spirit, and let me say this. You didn't find this message by accident. There is no accident in the spiritual realm. Your spirit was drawn here. Your ears were opened, because heaven refuses to let you miss what is coming. Think of it. How many millions of people never hear their divine calling, How many wander without direction? Yet you were chosen to hear Archangel Michael's urgent words today. That is proof enough. Proof that your destiny is alive. Proof that God has not forgotten you. Proof that heaven is still fighting on your side. And if this truth is touching your heart right now, don't let it pass. Stay connected. Because messages like these are not just information. They are alignment. They keep your spirit sharp and your eyes open. Archangel Michael promises, if you hold fast in this hour, if you respond in faith, your life will not look the same within weeks. Soon within weeks. The turnaround will be so sudden, so overwhelming, that you will know it could only be the hand of God. So remember this. Heaven is calling you forward. The angels are surrounding you. And Archangel Michael has already stepped ahead, clearing the path of every obstacle. The only question that remains is, will you walk forward? Because the moment you do, the moment you trust, everything shifts. This is your moment. This is your calling. And heaven is watching to see how you respond. Archangel Michael rises higher now, his wings spreading like molten silver against a darkened sky. He looks at you with intensity, and a warmth that makes you feel simultaneously small and infinitely loved. He says, "A child, the hour has come when the veil is thinnest. The world will try to distract you. The enemy will whisper that nothing is changing, but do not believe these whispers. They are lies. Every heartbeat you feel is a drum of heaven. Every breath you take is a signal that you are alive for a purpose." Take a moment and let that sink in. Even the moments that feel heavy, the times when you think the world is against you, are not meaningless. Every step you have taken, every pain you have endured, every tear you have shed has been preparing you for the very miracle that waits in the next days. Archangel Michael points to the sky, and a vision unfolds before your eyes. Mountains rise like silver towers. Rivers glow with liquid light. The clouds twist and turn, forming symbols that your heart recognizes but your mind struggles to name. And Michael says, these are the signs that have always been around you. You just needed eyes to see them. He then brings your attention to another vision. A flame appears in the darkness. It grows brighter with every step you take toward it. And Michael explains, a faith is this flame. Every choice to move forward, every moment of trust, fans the fire. And when the fire grows strong, the darkness cannot endure. The angel leans closer, and you feel a pull in your chest, as if he is speaking directly into your soul. He says, you are entering a season when you will be tested, yes, but the test is not punishment. It is the unveiling of power you never knew you had. He wants you to know that power has always been inside you. It is the courage that carried you when you thought you would break. It is the persistence that refused to let despair swallow your dreams. It is the light that survived even when shadows seemed to cover everything. And now, heaven is amplifying that power. Archangel Michael raises his sword of blazing light. It stretches beyond the horizon, cutting through clouds, lightning and storms. He says, it is for revelation. The sword will cut away what is false, what is holding you back, and what cannot walk with you into your next chapter. Suddenly you see a vision of yourself standing at a crossroads. On one side, a path dark and twisted, lined with fear and confusion. On the other, a narrow path luminous and calm, with glowing markers showing the steps forward. The angel points and his eyes burn with fire. Do not be tempted by what seems easy. The narrow path is where destiny unfolds. Step into it, and you will see the impossible become possible. He continues, in the coming days, you will notice patterns forming in your life. People will appear. Words will repeat. Dreams will deliver clarity. Pay attention. These are not coincidences. These are the fingerprints of God guiding you. And then he shows a deeper vision. A storm comes from the horizon. Waves rise taller than mountains. Lightning tears through the sky. But in the middle of the storm stands a figure. You. Your hands are lifted, your chest glowing, your spirit unshaken. And Michael says, you do not fear the storm because the storm cannot touch what God has ordained. He takes a step closer, and his voice softens but carries weight. You will feel fear. You will feel uncertainty. That is natural. But when you do, look at the signs. Listen to the whispers. Trust the nudges in your spirit. They are my messages to you. And they are constant. Now he guides you through a visualization. Picture a river of light flowing toward you. Its waters are pure, unending, and golden. Step into it mentally, feel it washing over your shoulders, your chest, your head. Every fear, every doubt, every anxiety begins to dissolve into the current. You feel lighter. You feel stronger. You feel connected to something infinite. He whispers. This is the power you can carry into every day. Do not let it slip. Anchor it. Claim it. Claim it. Move through life not as a victim, but as a chosen one walking in divine favor. The vision shifts again. You see your past as a dark forest. Each hardship is a twisted tree. But now, golden light breaks through the canopy, illuminating a clear path. Illuminating a clear path. Michael says, every hardship was a guidepost, not a prison. And now, the path is open. Follow it without hesitation. He reminds you of one final truth. In the days ahead, nothing will seem ordinary. Ordinary events will carry extraordinary meaning. A door that seems closed may lead you to revelation. Do not dismiss these as coincidences. They are your direct connection to heaven. The angel steps back and spreads his wings fully. The light around you intensifies, and you feel it penetrating every corner of your mind, body, and spirit. He says, a child, what you are feeling now is the beginning of awakening. What you are sensing is the alignment of your destiny. Do not turn away. Do not delay. Step fully into your divine moment. And then, a gentle reminder. The path will not be easy. Challenges will rise. Doubt will attempt to creep in. But every challenge is a test of faith. Every moment of fear is an opportunity to strengthen your connection with heaven. He smiles, and in that smile, you feel reassurance beyond comprehension. You were made for this hour. You were called to this moment. And now you are ready. Stand strong, and let your spirit rise. And as you absorb his words, his final message for this section echoes deep within. Your miracle is not coming. It is already here. You just need to reach out and claim. Archangel Michael now lowers his wings slightly and steps closer. The light around him feels warmer, more tangible, as if you could reach out and touch it. He looks directly into your eyes, and the intensity makes your heart skip a beat. She says, child, it is time to act. Time to claim what heaven has been preparing for you. Time to step into your divine protection and activate your blessings. This is not a suggestion. This is a calling, and those who respond will witness miracles beyond imagination. The first thing he asks of you is clear your space, even if only mentally. Imagine the air around you filled with light. Every corner of your room, your home, your mind, illuminated. Darkness cannot enter a place where light is welcomed. This is the first key. Claim your space for heaven. Next, he instructs you to speak your intentions aloud. Simple words, but filled with conviction. I claim divine protection. I step into my destiny. I am ready to receive heaven's blessings. Say it slowly, as if each word is a seed planted into the earth of your soul. Feel the vibration rise from your chest, spreading to your shoulders, your arms, your head. This is not repetition, this is resonance. You are aligning your spirit with the heavenly frequency. Archangel Michael lifts his sword slightly. The blade glows brighter, shedding sparks of light across your vision. He says, the sword represents divine authority. It cuts away fear, doubt, and anything not meant for your highest good. Mentally, imagine it moving through your life, severing ties with negativity, blocking attacks, opening the path for blessings to flow freely. He then gestures to the sky, and you feel a wind brushing your face, soft, yet powerful. He explains, this wind carries my angels to you. It surrounds your home, your family, your finances, your health, shielding all that is precious. Breathe it in. Let it fill every cell of your body. Now comes a more intimate activation. Michael asks you to visualize a circle of golden light around yourself, not just around your body, but extending a few feet beyond. This is your personal sphere of protection. Anything negative trying to enter this circle cannot cross. And as you mentally step into this light, feel it thickening, strengthening, growing. Each heartbeat intensifies it. Each breath fuels it. He continues. In the coming hours, challenges will still appear. They may seem real, urgent, impossible. But when you step into this circle, nothing can touch your spirit. Keep returning here in your mind. Anchor yourself in the light whenever fear arises. Archangel Michael then guides you to a prayer of surrender. Heaven, I release control. I trust your plan. I accept your guidance. I walk in your protection. I claim my blessings now. Speak it sincerely. Even one line, spoken from the heart, opens channels for divine intervention. He smiles softly, and you feel the weight of your worries lifting. This is the shift you have been waiting for, he says. This is the alignment that changes everything. Now he reveals a critical step. Gratitude. Not just casual gratitude, but deep, intentional gratitude. Thank God for every blessing, every challenge, every lesson. Thank Him for protection already given. Thank Him for miracles on the way. Feel it in your chest, radiating outward. Gratitude is a magnet. It pulls blessings closer. It strengthens the shield. He emphasizes the importance of attentiveness. E-signs will appear, small, subtle, yet undeniable. Do not dismiss them. A conversation, a number, a dream, a thought that keeps repeating. These are coded messages from heaven. Follow them. They will guide you to the next step of your breakthrough. Archangel Michael then shows a vision. You are walking on a narrow path. The path glows faintly, guiding each step. Obstacles appear, fallen branches, stones, sudden fog, but your circle of light shields you. Every time fear tries to slow you, the light expands. Every time doubt whispers, the sword shines brighter. And you move forward, unshaken, unstoppable, destined. He leans closer and his voice softens. A child, remember, protection is not passive. It requires action, awareness, faith. Your circle of light is active. Your sword is active. Your prayers are active. Your attention is active. Everything works together to manifest your divine favor. Then he pauses, letting the weight of his words settle. Behind the weight of his words settle. Do not underestimate the power of small steps, he adds. Every action aligned with heaven magnifies your breakthrough. Every conscious choice to walk in light strengthens the shield for yourself and those around you. Michael then gives a final visualization. For this section, Imagine beams of golden light descending from the sky, touching your head, your heart, your hands, your feet, connecting you to the cosmos, to angels, to God. The light wraps around you like a cocoon, protective yet empowering. Feel it permeating your body. Feel it strengthening your spirit. Feel it aligning your destiny. He concludes, this is your moment to step fully into protection and favor. Do not hesitate, claim it, own it. Move forward with faith, courage and trust. Your life is about to change forever. And as he spreads his wings fully, the light expands, touching every corner of your being, anchoring you in divine power. Walk with me now, he whispers. A step into your miracle. Archangel Michael now descends closer than ever before, the light surrounding him brighter than 1,000 suns, and yet, comforting like the warmth of a safe embrace. He looks into your heart, and whispers, a child, everything you have been waiting for is within reach. The blessings, the protection, the miracles, they are here. But the final step requires your alignment, your attention, your faith. This is the hour when your spirit meets destiny. When heaven's plan intersects with your choice. Every heartbeat you feel, every breath you take, is a drumbeat from God, urging you forward. Archangel Michael spreads his wings, and in their shadow, you feel a surge of courage, as if the entire universe is holding you up. He says, the enemy will still try to distract. Fear will whisper, doubt will rise, but you are no longer powerless. You are armed with divine protection, insight and guidance. And now, it is time to step fully into your purpose. You see visions unfolding, paths of golden light opening where you once saw walls. Opportunities appearing where nothing seemed possible. Connections forming with people who bring the right support at the right time. And in the center, your own spirit shining brighter than ever, unstoppable. All that was hidden will now be revealed, Michael said. All that was blocked will now flow. All that was delayed will now arrive. But you must claim it. You must open your hands and receive it. Heaven cannot force your will. It waits for your yes. He leans closer, and the warmth of his presence presses gently against your heart. A child, do not shrink back now. Do not hesitate. The blessings awaiting you are too great to delay. And while you may think you must do this alone, know this, I am here. God's angels are here. Your spirit is strong enough to move forward now. Archangel Michael says, the next moments in your life will be defining. How you respond to this message will determine whether your miracle is accelerated or delayed. Those who act, those who open themselves fully, will experience what the world calls impossible. Those who hesitate will still receive blessings, but they may arrive too late to shift their path entirely. He gestures to a vision of your life stretching forward. One path is dim, scattered with obstacles, doubts, and missed chances. Another path is radiant, filled with clarity, guidance, and divine favor. And he says, choose wisely. Heaven is ready. The doors are open. But only those willing to step forward with faith will cross the threshold. He now speaks about the unseen helpers around you. Angels move unseen, opening the right doors, guiding the right words, and protecting you from harm. You may not notice them yet, but they are already at work on your behalf. And your willingness to support those spreading messages of light allows these channels to continue flowing. At this point, he gives a gentle reminder about human connection. But when you support a messenger of God, through a super thanks, through sharing their work, through subscribing, you are not just helping, you are helping the message reach those who are lost, those who are waiting for a divine touch, those whose lives could be changed by these words. Michael steps back, raising both hands, and a golden light flows outward, touching every viewer's heart. Every support offered in faith returns tenfold. He whispered, every super thanks, every subscription, every act of kindness amplifies the message of heaven, strengthens the light, and accelerates your own blessing. He leans closer, voice tender now, yet filled with power. Don't underestimate the value of your support. Heaven notices, angels rejoice, and your own life aligns faster when you participate in the spreading of divine messages. Franzu, a simple act, just a click, just a donation, just a subscription, can ripple across the lives of thousands, even millions. And your own miracle is amplified in the process. Now Michael shows a vision of abundance. A vision of abundance. A river of golden light flows toward you, carrying opportunities, protection, and blessings. It grows larger, unstoppable, filling every corner of your life. And he says, this is what is waiting for you. But only if you step forward, only if you align with heaven, only if you act with faith. The choice is yours, child, claim it, receive it, and help others receive it too. He lowers his wings slightly, looking at you directly. I do not hold back now. The time is urgent, the blessings are ready, and your heart knows the truth. You were made for this moment. He gestures to the horizon where light breaks through clouds. A step fully into the light. Trust the message. Act with courage. Support what spreads this light. Open your heart to receive full, and know this, every act of faith you perform strengthens your shield, opens your path, and accelerates your miracles. He now gives a personal call to action. If you feel moved by this message, if your heart is stirred, then act. Use the super thanks option below. Contribute what you can. Your support does not go unnoticed. It empowers angels to work faster. It spreads light to those who are still in darkness, and it aligns your destiny more fully with the divine plan. Each subscription is a commitment to staying connected with guidance from heaven. Each time you watch, each time you share, you are keeping yourself aligned with divine truth. And your blessings are multiplied as a result. Mere blessing and ubiquity. He steps back, wings fully spread again, and a final vision appears. Your life is radiant, the darkness fades. Doors open effortlessly. Miracles manifest. Protection is complete. And around you, unseen angels rejoice. Michael whispers one last time, do not delay, child. Open your heart, receive your blessings, support the spread of light, and watch your life transform. This is your moment. Claim it. Now. And with that, the light surrounds you completely. Every fear, every doubt, every hesitation, dissolved. Only clarity, only faith. Now, if you are watching this, know that super thanks below is more than support. It is a seed for your own miracle. Every contribution matters. Every act of faith multiplies blessings. Subscribe, stay connected, and witness the unfolding of your destiny. Step into your miracle. Archangel Michael's final words echo in your heart. The blessing is here. The protection is yours. The miracle is waiting. Act, receive, and allow heaven to move.